this is worth your money or not. We kind of meditated 6 to 7 hours. We were given an opportunity to give life to someone else's life. I was like, how is this possible? There were some moments when my mouth was like that. Hey guys, welcome to another video. This video is going to be super important for you if you are looking to visit and attend Dispenza 7-day advanced retreat. So when I was about to go, I was just looking and searching for videos that can just tell me and give me an honest review about how was it really. And there were only a handful of them that I could find. So I thought it's going to be very helpful for people who are going to now attend it. And that's exactly why I thought of making this video, because I want to make it as honest as possible, as transparent as possible, and I want to cover every single detail that I experienced and let you know that if this is worth your money or not. So let's just begin and get right into it. I was super excited. This was a dream. This was a goal. Let me take you through the series of events day by day. So there were 7 days. Every single day had a different purpose. The first day that we reached there, it was insane in terms of the energy. The first thing that I noticed was how inclusive and warm the energy was. It was fun, it was light, and the theme of the event was pure love. So that also was really nice to know, and it was very welcoming. The first day, the moment I saw him, really a fangirl moment, and he was so cute. Other than that, I was just so extremely excited to see him. And again, his energy was so warm and so gentle and so grounded and so humble. You would just feel it. In the first day, we got to know more about what exactly the next 6 days are going to be about. It took us through a tour of all of those things. He gave us the basics. We weren't allowed any phones or anything inside there. Only the time that we were dancing or something like that, our phones was allowed. Apart from that, it wasn't allowed to shoot him talking or his content or the slides, etc. He also had given us this progressive workshop that had, I think, more than 20 to 25 hours worth of content that you had to first watch and then come. And let me tell you, do not miss that. If you are going, you need to watch that. So for me, because of my profession and what I do, I had so much information here and there. Like I knew what to expect, more or less. Of course, not the details, not the kind of depth that he goes through, but I kind of knew and had an idea because I have been learning so much about quantum physics and just neuroscience in general and all of that. But if you are a newbie and if you have not watched that progressive workshop before, you're going to have a very hard time. So watch it and then come if you want to make the most of your time there. Having said that, like I said, the first day was about basics and all of that. He also got us to meditate on the very first day as well. So interestingly, I could not sit for 5 minutes straight before going there, but we kind of meditated 6 to 7 hours. Yes, those rumors are true that you will have to meditate for 6-7 hours a day, but the thing is that it's in breaks. It's like in 1 hour, 2 hour gaps like that. And if you're truly immersed in that experience, you're not going to be able to really feel or realize that it's that long. I remember waking up from meditations and I was like, really, it's been 2 hours? Because it just didn't feel like. Plus, when that I attended, which was in Orlando, there were 1,850 people from, I guess, 57 different countries. So the energy in that room, you cannot even imagine. The second day, we went more into the science behind creating our reality. We went more into understanding how to take our power back. It was also the day where we meditated a long time, and I came across experiences that I had never experienced before. It was almost like I saw people shaking, energy being released from their body, screaming, yelling. Don't let this scare you. It is literally like a release of traumas. It's almost like if you have been holding on to something for a very long time and you have not been able to let it go. I saw people let that go in 1 second. I saw that happen, and it was so surreal to me. There were things that happened that I didn't even know it existed. In my world, in my reality, it never existed, and I was blown away. I was like, what is happening? Because I think the first 2 days we started to do the blessing, the energy centers meditation, and when we were doing that, there were people who felt this rush of energy go through their system and out their head. So yeah, prepare for that. Like, I wasn't prepared for this at all. So he gives you a heads up. He'd be like, you know what, these things are gonna happen. It's not like people want to scream. It's not like people want to do this. It's just happening to them. And it's not even like it's painful. A lot of people are concerned that if it's painful because they're screaming, but it's not. It's just this energy being released from your system. On the other days, we also had this scientist come in. Again, I'm forgetting the name. Hemal Patel. He was an Indian scientist. He took us through research studies that kind of proved what meditation can do to you in literally just a matter of 7 days as well. How it has reversed diseases, sickness. There was a whole study around cancer as well, that how energy and meditation was able to like reverse all of that. I mean, when you attend, you're gonna dive more into it and understand what I mean. But again, it was mind-blowing. The success stories that they kept sharing of people who attended previous retreats, it was incredible. Let's say they couldn't cure anything one day and the next day their hearing was back. So it was insane, the kind of things that I came across and the kind of stories that people were sharing, because it was purely alien to me. I was like, how is this possible? There were some moments when my mouth was like that. I was literally like that. Like, what is happening? Like, how is that even possible? So yeah, there was some very surreal experiences like that. Cut to the last few days where we went into this coherence healing. I think that was my very favorite part. That coherence healing was the part where we were given an opportunity to give life to someone else's life, where we walked in a room and people were laying down and we had to heal them. We were 6 people around one person and we were given the opportunity and the privilege to sort of heal them. And he took us through it. And again, I saw the most spiritual, mystical experiences happen during that time. I couldn't believe that something like that would happen. The first day of healing, when we had that, it was very emotional for me. It was very emotional because you walk in a room full of people and there are people laying down and they all need healing, and you just cannot help but feel so much gratitude for your life for being the healer and not the healing. To have the ability to heal someone in that moment, it just gives you so much perspective. We did that for 2 days. They also invited kids, little kids, aged 6 to 13, who also needed healing. And again, it just broke my heart seeing them. Their parents were sitting there. It was almost like this is the last resort and I don't know. You know, like, that's why we are here. But let me tell you, there were miraculous stories that I came across healing. There was this one person who, on the very last day, when she came to the event, she was on a wheelchair and she couldn't move her right arm. And she had a stroke a few months ago and she was on hospital bed, and she took us through her entire story of how she even managed to get up from bed and be a part of this event. First day when she came on the wheelchair. Like I said, she couldn't walk, her arm wasn't moving. She was just not in a very good space. She was in a very dark space. The last day, the same person who came on a wheelchair, she got up, she walked up to the stage, moving her right arm and just sharing her whole story as to how she even healed. She healed herself in 7 days. There were people who were on the wheelchair who started to walk. So walking meditations was also one of my favorite parts during the retreat, because the walking meditation was something that was very new to me. 6 a.m. we woke up and we went for those. I didn't know what to expect in the walking meditation, but it was one of the most profound experiences of my life, truly. In Orlando, it was such a, I don't know what to say. It was like Orlando fooled me, Florida fooled me. I thought it was going to be summer, it's going to be sunny. I remember walking meditation, the second day especially, it was so cold. It was so cold. It was so windy. And I just had one jacket on me because I thought, oh, it's Florida. And I had nothing else and I was shivering. It was just crazy how I decided to walk through it any which way. I think I saw a little kid doing it and I was like, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. And I finished it. Like 1.5 hours I was in that cold, but I finished it. That was one of the most profound experiences also for me. And the second rumor that I was talking about, waking up at 4 a.m. Have you heard of that rumor? I am sure, like, if you are planning on coming here, you must have heard of it somewhere or another. It's true. And not just that, you wake up at 4 a.m. You reach there at 4 a.m. and the meditation lasts for 4 to 5 hours. Now I'm going to be very honest here. I was not able to get through it. Like, I just was not. I really tried, but I was not able to get through that one. I kept falling asleep and was so cold inside the room. And there was a point, I think just half an hour before the meditation ended, I walked up and I stepped out. I mean, I wasn't very proud of it, but I just couldn't sit through it anymore. But I'm sure there are people who, again, for them, it was one of the most profound experiences. But the other meditations, again, before I went there, meditation did not exist in my reality. Like, I wasn't a believer in it. I didn't want to do it. I mean, not believer, but I just never felt called to it. After the retreat, I am excited to do my meditations. And not just that, my monkey mind that couldn't stop for a few moments. During the retreat especially, I found myself going into the theta state in literally just a few moments and my head swaying like that. You know, when you're just like, your head starts to go like that when you're asleep but awake at the same time. So that also for me was a very interesting thing. It made me feel like, okay, that's interesting. And when I came back, I've been doing my meditations, not exactly every single day, but I have been very consistent with it. I think it's one of those things that I don't want to let go of. It's almost like tapping into your creative force and becoming a powerful magnet for what is it that you desire. And I don't know how else to explain it. It's like meditation, but 100x times more powerful. And at the very last day, when we were just like in that state of saying goodbye and this and that, I could feel again the energy of the room and how it felt like a whole different world inside there. The energy of every single person in that room was very different from the energy of the people outside that room. Like, we were making jokes literally, and we were like, I've almost forgotten how to talk to normal people. Like, I've forgotten how to talk to people outside this room, because that's what it felt like. I don't know how else to explain. On the very last day, he also said this. He was like, if somebody asks you how did it go and how was it, just tell them that you just had to be there to experience it. And I think it's true. No matter what I tell you right now, it can never make up to what I experienced. I just know that I came back a whole different person, a much more powerful person, released so much, and I came back a person who truly stepped into my divine feminine energy, the goddess energy. So I have my own academy, and after I hosted a session inside that academy after the retreat, it was like people kept telling me, they were like, Ishpreet, there's something different about you. Like, your eyes are sparkling, there's something different about your energy. I don't know, like, there's something different. And I would feel it too. Like, until that point, I didn't think it was like a big deal or anything, but when they pointed it out, I was like, yeah, it is. It just was one of the most magical experiences of my whole life. And it was at Gaylord's Palm Resort in Orlando. Beautiful resort. I do wish though that it was somewhere around like Cancun or like a beach kind of place, but next time I'm definitely going there for a second one as well. And we had to take care of the accommodation. We had to take care of one meal, which was dinner. Breakfast and lunch was taken care of by and in like the ticket price as well. Whatever accommodation they provide you, you will have the opportunity to share it with the other person and split the rate if that's what you like as well. We did that. I shared it with one more girl from Romania, and I met the most incredible people also there. I am just so beyond grateful to have met them. It's almost like soul connections, if that makes sense. That's what I found. Especially like these 4 or 5 people that I have in my mind right now. You know who you are if you're watching this. It was just amazing. If you are on the edge of whether you should go or not, please drop everything and go, because this is going to be one of the most transformational experiences of your life if you truly go all in. And there were people who wanted to keep coming back. For some people, it was their 8th or 9th retreat also. Like, even I know that I'm going to go back. So it's going to be more than worth it. Do not even overthink it. If you have any other questions about the retreat or anything else, please drop them down in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Of course, like I said, it's impossible for me to put everything together. Even thought of making this video during the retreat, but I don't think that was possible for me because we had extremely long days. We left at like 6 in the morning and we came back every single day at 8, and we had to wake up again at 5. So we had to sleep early. So it was very, very long, but the most rewarding days. That's pretty much about it. If you have any other questions, like I said, drop it in the comments below. More than happy to answer them for you. And I wish you an amazing retreat if you're going to be there. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck. And thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in my next video.